Amazon Ads hits $19.8 billion.
26% increase on revenue from ads year on year on Amazon.
Don't you think this MCP will actually open fully the doors of Helium 10 to a wider audience?
Claude plus Helium 10 is the perfect couple for Amazon operators.
The TikTok Shop live sessions have grown 55% over the last year.
Just trust on me. It will happen. Hello, Luca. Hola, Luca. How are you?
I'm great. What about you, Pablo?
No, good. I'm still in Spain a few more weeks, and then I'll be back to Switzerland. I heard that you ran a very successful concert this weekend.
Yeah.
Because you don't know Luca that much yet, but he's organizing also festivals in his region in Italy, right? How was it?
It was great. It was great. First time we brought this, it's a famous indie rock band from Italy, back in Abruzzo, the region where I was born. We had around 3,000 people attending. It was in the stadium of my hometown, so it was great. We had a lot of fun, so very excited about it.
And the big meet is coming, no? In 2 or 3 weeks, you have the big festival, 3 days, no? Full days.
Yeah.
How many thousand people?
4 days, actually. We expect to have 15,000 people joining this year. It's a third edition of this music festival. It's called Transumare. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm super happy back in my hometown on the Italian East Coast.
Congrats. And still, if people hear that and they are in Italy or in the surroundings, they are still on time to buy tickets, right?
Yeah, of course.
Transumare
Fest, yeah.
Great entrepreneur in e-commerce and also doing things on music festivals.
Music.
Super proud of you, all the team. Thank you.
Thanks, my friend.
Okay. And now, what about the news of the week, Luca?
Yeah, we have 3 juicy news this week. 2 about our beloved Amazon. One direct news about its ads business that hits almost $20 billion this last quarter with extremely relevant data about the AI-driven part. So like the Alexa for shopping, assisted sales. And another big news, especially for the operators in the sector, on Helium 10 MCP integration with Claude.
I love that one.
Yeah, I know you're super hot on that one. We've been, quite a few weeks now waiting for it, and I'm super curious to hear your first impressions on it. And the third one is about TikTok, TikTok Shop. Actually, the size it reached in the UK. 300,000 sellers active in the UK, I think is a huge number that I didn't expect already at this stage, and also very relevant numbers in terms data points in terms of live shopping. So 6,000 live shopping are happening daily in the UK. So we'll talk about it later, because this is also, I believe, it's a small revolution that's happening in our beloved Europe.
Yes, and more and more in the rest of the countries, but in Europe, UK is leading the way.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Yeah, super exciting.
Sure. Let's start from the first one. Let me share the screen. All right. Here we are. So as I was saying earlier, Amazon Ads hits $19.8 billion. And the relevant news for us is that the storefront is leading the search bar. Let's see what this means. In the second quarter of 2026, Amazon Ads generated $19.8 billion, up 26% year over year. This, clarifies how this business is in extremely healthy situation. But I think the most important piece of this news is the fact that shoppers who click on a sponsor prompt convert to a sale 48% more often and spend 21% more on average than those who do not. As you know, those placements, so advertisements, so sponsor placements on Alexa for shopping, so on the Amazon AI, have been billable since end of March 2026. So these placements are very fresh, less than 5 months of life, and first data looks very promising. Pablo, were you expecting such an impact?
So, yeah. First of all, I believe there are 2 angles on this news that I want to comment, Luca. First angle is 26% increase on revenue from ads year on year on Amazon. I mean, that's amazing. That's much bigger than sales growth. which means that advertisers are investing more, which is great news for Amazon. It's probably not that great news for advertisers because investing more could be good if you are driving more sales, but very likely as sales revenue is not growing at this pace, advertisers are paying more for the same level of traffic, which is not that good news for advertisers, including us, sellers and vendors, everyone. Okay?
If the investment is disproportional, definitely is not a good news. Now, we need to consider that there is a portion of investment coming from non-sellers, so brands that are not present on Amazon, because Amazon ads, just for our audience that is not so much into Amazon ads involves also placements outside of Amazon itself as a platform, but still I believe the majority of this growth comes from these new placements on the AI side, so on the conversational commerce.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a really it's a hypothesis. They are not going more granular in the data points. Yeah. Okay, that's first angle. Second angle is Alexa for shopping ads are starting to pop up, and they are starting to declare the conversion rate spikes that Alexa for shopping ads are bringing. Okay, and this is a technology that they are not applying everywhere yet. So Alexa for shopping is available for all major European markets. We were analyzing that a few weeks ago with a lot of the features that we can see in the US, including Amazon advertising. You do not see that advertising always on, but just sometimes. Yeah. But this is becoming more and more used by Amazon in the US and more use introduced into the European accounts, into the European marketplaces, sorry. So sponsor ads in Alexa results are happening more and more. And we were talking the other day about, so if in organic results you are getting like 50 results, so people is scrolling and they are seeing 20, 30, 50 results, 50 products that they can see. In Alexa for shopping, basically after a prompt, they are receiving 5 results. Yeah. 5 results versus 25 to 50 before. So within these 5 results, a lot of shoppers are making their decision. But as they believe they are being better recommended by Alexa for shopping, they are more intended to buy and they spend more. So imagine the importance of being present in these results after a prompt. No? So we are putting a lot of attention in all of our personal brands and brands that we manage for other on how to make sure all of our ASINs are adapted to Alexa for shopping and all of our ASINs are actually answering the questions that most of the shoppers of these products have. Right? So that's our obsession today because more and more users are going through Alexa for shopping. Amazon is pushing that heavily. So being there organically is our main obsession. Obviously paid is an alternative, but paid is an alternative for the ones that are not winning organically. No? So first obsession is organic.
And also that comes after. That also comes after, I would say. I mean, it doesn't make sense to invest in one single dollar or euro or pound on ads in Alexa for shopping if you haven't optimized yet your product pages to the new logics of AI.
Yeah, and that's essential. So I would tell you, for all of our viewers, that 95% of our viewers, your ASINs are not adapted for Alexa for shopping, so you need to react fast. There is no escape. Already, data of 2025 was quoting that 20% of the sales were coming from Alexa for shopping. I believe that was last part of 2025, particularly impacted by peak events because Amazon overused it. But 2026, the data is still scattered. But we know all the indicators are showing that more and more shoppers are going to Alexa for shopping. So if your ASINs are not adapted, where are you? What are you doing? I mean, you need to get adapted. So maybe we can put also the link to our guide for a quick adaptation of your ASINs. Yep. And if you need further recommendation, further help, we have our systems, our tools, our processes. We can help you there. Please contact us because we can do that at the scale. But it's critical for you. If you are not adapted, what are you doing in Amazon? You will be losing in a matter of months.
Yeah. I mean, I believe the adoption of Alexa for shopping, as you said, will accelerate much faster as we approach the end of the year. So I think Q4 2025 was the real test for the whole consumer experience embedding AI, embedding Alexa for shopping. Prime Day this year was the first peak where really Amazon boosted it and made it extremely visible on platform. Now we're seeing more and more. I mean, I see it also on the user experience on platform now. The sidebar is always open, even if you're not looking for it. That's extremely relevant. I was not really inclined as a shopper to use it that much, but now, I mean, every time I open Amazon.com on desktop, it just appears there. So it's
like you cannot avoid using it now. Yeah. So before it was something, now I cannot avoid using it. It's appearing there. So Amazon is super clear. When we talk with our Amazon insiders, like they tell us in a matter of few years, or let's say some months, people will start shopping with shopping assistants, and that will be the way. So shopping assistant will do the shopping for us. So those are probably the state-of-the-art attempts in the industry of these shopping assistants in motion. And even they are trying, we read the news the other day about auto buying. So imagine that you train an assistant and you say, these are my regular needs. So you auto buy whatever you consider is best price, best suited for my needs, and you do my shopping basket, punto. And then the shopping assistant does it for you. It's still risky. People do not trust it yet. But considering the big trust that Amazon shoppers have on Amazon, because they have been with us for years, we have Alexa in every room. I mean, we love Amazon Prime, etc. They know everything about us. They have all our bank details. We will trust them whenever they tell us, look, shopper, I have a shopping assistant here for you that can do the shopping purchases for you. So the buy for you. So just trust on me. It will happen.
Yeah.
So Amazon will be that. So tomorrow, now we keep teaching because still 70% of the traffic comes from organic. We keep teaching organic traffic, but the day of tomorrow, organic traffic will be weighing 50%, and in a couple of years it will be 30%, and in 5 years it will be 10%, and most of the sales will be done by shopping assistants. So we need to get adapted now, not tomorrow, now.
Yeah. And so, I mean, with this, you gave me a great assist to jump to the second piece of news, because earlier you said we are working hard to adapt as fast as possible, hopefully faster than our competitors. And I think the number one tool we're leveraging on in this first analysis and then adaptation process of all of our agents is definitely Helium 10. We just got this news how long ago? It was maybe 10 days?
So I believe the official release was mid-July.
Okay.
So we started to test it third and fourth week of July, and we have already shown very interesting learnings that they can share today, Luca. Yeah. But please bring the news. I get too excited and I jump, sorry.
Let me do one step back just to explain to our audience what we're talking about. So Helium 10, which is the number one or one of the top 3 softwares for analyzing Amazon data, just launched its MCP with Claude and ChatGPT. So an MCP that connects the full set of data that is available on Helium 10 with our lovely AI software. So let's scan through the news pretty quickly. So here's the workflow was the same for all of our students and public who is confident with Helium 10. Helium 10 has some specific capabilities inside that are used widely by operators to get all of the relevant data to analyze the performance of a product, or rather the potential in a specific market. All of these data are extremely easy to read on platform, but then when you want to put together data from different sources within Helium 10, it used to be a bit of a hassle earlier, because you had to download data from different sources and then analyze it manually. Now that Helium 10 launched the MCP, so the Model Context Protocol, which is an open standard to connect any AI assistant to a software or a source of data. This MCP let us connect our account directly to Claude, and this in practice means that we can ask in plain language, my sales dropped 30% this month, what is going wrong? And we get in the chat of Claude, the analysis already run, analysis not based on reading data on screen, but like analysis based on the actual data that Helium 10 is pulling daily or hourly, almost real time, from our seller central or vendor central account. I know, Pablo, you're super excited about it. What is your first initial feedback after 1 week of testing this?
So it's almost a little bit more than 2 weeks, and yes, I am tremendously excited, as you said. So first of all, let me tell our audience the 2 not that great news within that great news. Okay, and then I will dedicate most of the time to the greatest news about how can we leverage this magic. So the first not that great news within the great news, it is that this is only available for Diamond subscribers of Helium 10. Okay, Diamond subscribers, I believe the monthly payment is like $279. We have discount for our viewers, by the way. So in the copy of this video, you can find a discount of 10% for life or 20% for the first 6 months. But in order to have access to the MCP, you need to have Diamond. Okay, so be aware of that. Still, if you are running a portfolio more than 10 ASINs and several countries, I would tell you this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. So get this subscription only for that reason. It is amazing, and I will tell you in a minute. The second piece of not that great news that people should know is that you need to be careful if you are also using the advertising tools of Helium 10, called before Atomic or advertising Helium 10. So if you accept the MCP to be tracking your advertising, and many agencies have gone crazy with that, or many sellers and vendors, you need to be aware that they will be taking 2% commission over your all advertising expenditure. Okay, and if you didn't have it set, but you start to use the MCP, it can ask you about it, and if you say yes, you will get charged. Okay, so just be aware of that. For many agencies, this would be worth it. For many sellers, this will be worth it. For us, we haven't explored that much because we have a very particular way of creating our advertising strategies, okay? That we teach in our course, and it's super granular, super detailed, and we manage a way to master that and be fully in control. So we don't use Helium 10 Atomic. So after saying these 2 not that great things about the great news, let me tell you and go granular into this great news. So basically, for a company like us, so we are sellers, so we have our own brands, but we also manage brands for others. Plus, we have an ecosystem of companies and workloads, team, processes, etc. We were using Claude already for the last 5 months intensively. So all of our team have Claude. Claude is great for bringing context. So Claude Code Work or Cloud Code, it gets the context of your whatever, your situation, your company, your team, whatever. So we have built a massive context database, okay, which was already great. We were using Claude constantly. We were building a lot of processes and systems for Amazon with Claude. Before, and still in parallel, we work with ChatGPT, but Claude is our go-to place now with AI, right, Luca?
Yeah.
So still ChatGPT and Gemini for images and some visuals, it's better, but Claude overall, particularly for thinking processes, thought processes, it's much better. So we're already using Claude, and we were heavily using Helium 10. For people that know me for long, and I'm pretty sure I want to say hello to some of the viewers that know me for many years, you know how crazy I have been within Procter & Gamble for Helium 10. So I was the person in Procter & Gamble that brought Helium 10 in Europe. So every single account manager of Procter & Gamble in Europe was using Helium 10. Why did I recommend that and it was fully implemented?
Because you're obsessed by data, first of all.
Exactly. I was obsessed by data, but also in the regular daily life of an account manager that is managing products and brands in Amazon, they are normally doing store checks. So the first thing that was shiny, I'm talking to you about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, it was like Helium 10 Google Chrome add-on, where it was giving you data pieces, information on while you were start checking. So how much sales does this product have? You can analyze a product just with a click. How big is a niche? How big is a market? So all this within a navigation on the website. So that was massive.
That was an unbelievable boost back then.
It was great, right? So you agree, no? With your Italian team, and we're all in, no? So it was crazy. And then the other thing is that the big stack of tools that Helium 10 had, it has several other strategic purposes. For example, we were analyzing competitors with Helium 10. We were analyzing what was our keyword list with Helium 10. We were tracking mini market or niches with Helium 10. We were even tracking bigger markets with Helium 10. We were discovering new products in our own brands with Helium 10. Okay. So, and that's just to give 4 examples of how much we were using Helium 10 and all the tools with Helium 10. So now, Claude plus Helium 10 is the perfect couple for Amazon operators. It's the perfect couple. Why is that? Because imagine that you can leverage all the power and all the data and all the tools of Helium 10 now with the brain of Claude. Because before you were managing all the power of Helium 10 with your own brain, which is always limited. Okay? It's limited on time and limited on skills. But now imagine that you put all the context of your company, as I was telling before, all the power of Claude, all the computing power to manage Helium 10 data assets and tools. It is amazing. So what we are able to build now, it's unprecedented. So I had some tools in my brain for months and for years that I was not able to construct, either because of time or because of limitations. Now we are building that. And I can announce you now, Luca, that in our Amazon Academy course, in our Amazon Grandmasters course, we will be incorporating certain tools that are mind-blowing. So I really want to tease our viewers about this. It will happen very soon because we are still beta testing that. We do not release anything without the proper testing, but I am extremely amazed. So I can basically, let me give you one highlight. So probably I'm reducing my time for strategic purposes times 5. And I am increasing the quality again times 5. So it is that amazing. It is that amazing. Particularly, so now we are able to create a process of keyword finding, competitor finding, semantic relevancy, AI, Alexa for shopping adaptation, quality audits about your ASINs, strategic checks about your competitors. Boom. So it's amazing. Amazing, look.
Don't you think this is lowering too much the entry barriers to this, to actually winning an Amazon? Because a feeling I had when dealing with Helium 10, and as you know, we are using it daily for 6-7 years now, is that, okay, Helium 10 is a gold mine, but 60-70% of the people I know that are working with it, they just know a small percentage of the potential it has or the different features and stuff. Don't you think this MCP will actually open fully the doors of Helium 10 to a wider audience?
That is the right question, Luca. I believe if we go back in time, when the capabilities of softwares like Helium 10 or Jungle Scout appeared, like 8-10 years ago, people will think the same as you are thinking now. Like, okay, we come from only manual reporting, manual scouting. Now we have tools. It's going to be massive. So now all the sellers will be having much less barriers of entry. The answer is yes. There are less barriers of entry into Amazon seller FBA with Helium 10 than before. Now, the big thing, and as you said, many operators are only using a small portion of Helium 10, is that you still need to understand how to sell, how to have a full commercial strategy on Amazon 360 degrees. And Helium 10, it gives you pieces of tools in several areas, but if you do not know how to connect them, you're not maximizing its leverage. And what is happening now is that this is happening in steroids. So for the brains like yours and mine and our teams and our clients that we know how to leverage Helium 10 for our commercial strategy, now we have this in steroids. So I understand for many people, the first steps is, okay, you need to know what Helium 10 can do for you. Okay, I understand that. But once you have clear your commercial strategy, and once you have clear how the Helium 10 tools can help in your commercial strategy with Claude, that goes in steroids. Okay, so the barriers of entry for a lot of Asian sellers, for a lot of small sellers, would be less, maybe, but still you need a commercial strategic brain to tackle all that. And it's not that easy. It's not that easy. But that's typical with artificial intelligence now. So you say now everything is possible, yes. But still, you need someone that connects the dots. You need someone that understands the full picture and can tell the artificial intelligence. You need to connect. You build this super powerful tool here and this other one here, and then you connect the dots. This is where the magic happens. And when you do that in very complex environments like Amazon, that is extremely dynamic, it's not static, and then you crack it once and that's it. It's extremely dynamic. It's changing every time. The board is changing. So you need to have tools, and you need to have a brain that is well connected to train these tools. And now with Claude is... So what I believe, just to summarize, so what I believe is that for the super highly skilled operators like us, so this MCP is going to bring a massive difference versus the entrance.
In terms of efficiency, connecting dots, efficiency, productivity at the end of the day.
Exactly. So, but the gap is going to be much bigger. So that's what I expect. We know how to use it. We know how to leverage. I've been scouting the online ecosystem, social media, etc. And there are not that many people talking about this MCP yet. We will be delivering new business cases in the upcoming weeks. Me, myself, Luca, some people from our team will be delivering you real use cases to use this MCP and leverage that to the maximum. That you will not be able to find elsewhere because people do not know how to maximize that. So my kudos to Helium 10, great move. Now, still, you know that your big challenge is to train the people to actually understand how can they leverage it. So we can enable that, and we will for our viewers.
Starting from asking the right questions, because I believe that is key. I mean, if we leave this MCP free ride on analyzing performance in general, I think we're just scratching the surface of the potential it has inside.
True.
So I think we can move now to the third news. By the way, Helium 10, because we talk about Amazon because that's our, I would say that it's the channel and the player that we were born with. But Helium 10 also includes Walmart and TikTok Shop data. So it's a powerful tool also beyond the Amazon ecosystem. And shifting our focus on TikTok, I found this news just a couple of years ago, which was extremely surprising for me. And it's about the size that TikTok Shop reached already in the UK. So we're not talking anymore about the US, but moving geographically overseas on this other side of the ocean, where TikTok Shop, and this is official data declared by TikTok Shop General Manager of the UK, passed 300,000 small businesses. So today there are 300,000 active sellers, UK businesses selling on the platform. And the other great piece of news in my mind is the fact that sales generated through live TikTok Shop live sessions have grown 55% over the last year. I mean, this growth is outstanding, but I mean, without knowing what is the base, it's hard to understand how sizable this is. But if we pair this data point with the fact that there are 6,000 real-time live shopping sessions daily, I believe we're now talking about a new sales channel. So this is not negligible anymore. This is not a sale, one-off sale for Christmas, Black Friday, as we were thinking. Coming from a European background. What do you think, Pablo?
So first of all, I was impressed hearing the first number: 300,000 active sellers in TikTok Shop UK. So we are not talking about an incumbent channel anymore. 300,000 is amazing number. UK is leading the way after the US, definitely. They arrived earlier than the rest of the countries of Europe. But I believe the rest of the European countries, Western European countries, we need to learn a lot from this evolution in the UK. There are not that many sellers ready still in Italy, in Spain, in Germany, as they are in the UK. So the TikTok shop is trying to incentivize a lot these new sellers and trends, because the work on TikTok shop is completely different versus what you do, of course, in the offline retail, but also is very different from what we do in Amazon and what we do in other e-commerce channels. So you need to actually be ready. And for that, TikTok have a big challenge. Now, they got it through. And in the UK, they're already succeeding. And the fact that they have 6,000 daily lives is already an impressive number. Why? Because the live shopping is not something that we are used in Europe. It's not that frequent. I mean, this is big in us. In Asia, this crack it on the US, still room to go. And in Europe, I see a lot of sellers, and we have our TikTok partners that are telling us about their experiences in Italy, in Spain, in Germany, in France. And what they tell us is there are still, sellers are not ready for live shopping. So they do not know how to. And the live shopping is kind of like, you remember, Luca, when we were young, still today it's happening, but these TV commercials, you put the TV and it was this commercial running over and over, a 5 minutes commercial, selling you maybe a chair that is
carpets or mattresses or ancient
or creams or whatever, and it was running like 5 minutes, running over and over again. Most of the times at night. So
all night long on these regional channels, you found these commercials going over and over. Yeah.
So this is similar to live shopping. Now, this was commercials that were recorded. So TikTok do not accept recorded commercials. They only accept live shopping, which means that you need to have someone for hours selling your product.
And engaging real time with shoppers, with viewers and potential shoppers. So,
which is something very difficult to find. So we have, the other day we had conversations with one of our partners of TikTok for Europe, it's Carmen from Paragon Social Media. And she was telling us how she struggled to find profiles that are able and willing and skilled enough to do these live sessions, no? Because you need one person, two people that are there selling all the time and engaging with the audience and checking on messages and doing offers and dancing a little bit and singing a little bit. And where do you find this talent, Luca? I mean, it's a challenge. They are maybe actors, because salespeople, yes, maybe half salespeople, half actors and actresses. What else? It's very difficult to find this talent. So
it's a combination of sales skill, because at the end of the day, you need to convert. Otherwise, it's never going to be profitable for brand selling. But on the other hand, you need to be entertaining first. So, because first of all, you must have a stopping power, because you need to be catchy enough for viewers that are there, scrolling endlessly on TikTok. And the moment they decide to stop to your live shopping, you need to convince them in 1 minute or so to buy the product you're advertising. I think it's a killer combination. I mean, it's super hard to find someone who has such skills.
It's very difficult, which means that if you, viewer, you have this combination of skills, you can be making huge amounts of money, because there are not that many people skilled for that. In fact, the affiliates of TikTok Shop that are the best on lives, they are making millions, guys.
Yeah.
So you have this combination, jump on it. The affiliate commissions, the fixed fees for these lives, even being hired by a company that is running these lives ongoingly. I mean, this is tremendously difficult. So you can really price up yourself for that task. So yeah, new profession already in.
Yeah. And I believe this will be 100% a new sales channel. So, I mean, as we were talking with Carmen, new live shopping studios are popping up in the European capitals. I mean, she was trying to build one in Madrid. I'm pretty sure. I mean, Milan, Paris, Berlin are just, popping up very, very soon, because this is, I mean, we used to watch these videos of Asian customers, like millions of Asian customers watching live shopping events and maybe laughing on them a few years back. Now it's reality in Europe. And there's another interesting data point that this news mentions, which is It says that 57% of Gen Z and millennial shoppers report enjoying watching live shopping events such as TikTok Shop Live. So this is not purchasing intent, but it's just how many enjoy watching them. But 57% is a super high rate.
Going back to the example of the running commercial on the TV many years ago, the only people excited with that, it was our grandparents, grandma, etc. No, so now it's the youngsters who are excited to be half an hour watching a live, which I don't find that excitement. But anyway, if people do, that's a trend that we need to follow.
Yeah.
And you mentioned before that a lot of these live shopping centers will start up in European countries, and we will be looking, because maybe we'll start ours. So
yeah.
Stay close, pay attention, because we will be thinking also about us investing on this.
Definitely.
Cool, Luca, great news. Great, so let's go for the week, and let's gather again back next week with more exciting news.
For sure. Have an amazing week. Thanks to all of our viewers and followers, and we'll see you here. Follow, like this video, and we'll see you next week.